So, as your self love grows, you don't seek that love outside. You begin filling your own cup instead of waiting for another person to fill your cup. Since I was little, I used to watch so many movies, and I think to myself that someday I'll be able to receive this kind of love. That the love that exists within me, the love that I am able to give, I can receive that kind of love too. When I grew up, I saw that the love was conditional everywhere. Maybe even the one I was giving outside was conditional, but I seeked unconditional love where I could give as freely as I wanted to receive. I also felt that I love myself unconditionally as well. And when I grew up, I knew that it was an illusion, that I had been unaware of what love actually even looks like. So, how can I give myself that kind of unconditional love when I myself have never experienced it, nor do I even have a little bit of idea that this is how it looks like? I criticized myself when I wasn't good enough, when people rejected me, when people abandoned me. I criticized, compared myself to other people, and constantly doubted myself. I asked, what is still lacking in me that people are not loving me? That people are not giving what I so desperately seek? This love that I seek so much, why am I not getting it? Am I not good enough? Do I need to be smarter? Do I need to look prettier? Do I need to have more intelligence? And not just mental intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence. I thought maybe if I worked on myself constantly, looked more beautiful, got smarter, maybe I'd finally get the love that I have been so desperately seeking outside. But at the end, I got so exhausted from seeking all that love outside, constantly performing, constantly trying to change myself to the level that at one point I even forgot who I was. Who is Tanisha? What is my authentic version anyway? Because in all that, I lost myself. I don't remember. Everything I do now, I question myself, is this something I really like, or is this something the pretentious Tanisha was doing? Is this the mask that I was wearing? So I got so disconnected from my intuition. I was frustrated. Why am I seeking it outside? Why am I unable to give it to myself? Because you can look everywhere in every video. Everything they are teaching you, it is not to fall in love with yourself, but to fall in a version that is completely what will get you admired, what will get you loved, what will make people feel inspired. No, I am not a version who can constantly perform at a level that people will be inspired by me or people will constantly admire me. No, I may be that version at times, but I'm not that version all the time. I do make mistakes. I am the worst at so many things. And even if I can get better, of course, I can get better, no doubt. But there are times that I just want to let it go, that it is okay if I cannot do this. It is okay if I made a mistake. It is okay that if I made something brilliant 1,000 times and I failed once or twice, it is okay. And initially in my journey, I even thought that maybe doing your skincare, body care, buying yourself things, doing all of my hobbies, maybe that is all self love. Maybe if I start doing all of that, I'll finally feel the love within myself. So I started doing all of that, but no, that was not self love. As I continued doing my inner work, I realized that this was all surface level and that doing all of this is not going to make me feel complete. It is not going to make me feel love within myself. So I stopped doing and started being. I was present when I felt hurt instead of quickly pushing all of those emotions away as if they don't mean a thing, as if I need to move on quickly from them because I need to be the bigger person. So I would always push them aside or quickly focus on the logical part that this is not serving me or whatever. I had to feel them first. I had to allow them to exist because it did happen to me. I did feel something. So instead of pushing those away, I became present with those emotions. I felt it without blaming myself. I stopped feeling guilty that maybe if I had just stopped at that point of conversation, it would not have led to this, the conflicting part. I did not feel guilty about it. I did not shame myself for it. I held my boundaries and stood up for myself, even though initially I did not even know what boundaries meant. It took a lot of trial and error, but I did not shame myself for failing a few times. I allowed myself to take up space, say things instead of staying silent, because staying silent meant that peace would be maintained and that there would be no conflict. But if it bothered me, I would always let the peace go. I allowed myself rest even though I had not earned it, just because my body wanted it, and I listened. Everything that I did, the doing part and the being part, all of that added to my self love. It is not one or the other, it is both. You want to do things for yourself that make you happy because you are here to experience life. You are here to identify what you desire, what you want to explore. So every time I chose myself, I did things for myself. It brought me a step closer to my authentic self. So I was more aligned with my higher self, the version of me that was happy and content and completely aligned with the purpose of my life. I experienced clarity about what was acceptable and what was not acceptable in my life. Everything and everyone who did not align with me, I released without attachment or hatred. So, as your self love grows, you don't seek that love outside, you don't chase it outside. You begin filling your own cup and sharing from that overflowing cup instead of waiting for another person or other people to fill your cup. Because every time you choose to fill another person's cup, with the intention that they will help you with your cup. It is just you emptying your cup constantly in the state of giving and expecting, and it becomes so conditional. But when you are doing it without any condition for someone else, they do it without conditions too. But the first person to fill your own cup should always be you. And when love comes from outside and you are not seeking or chasing it, you are able to fully receive that love. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.